I headbutted Bernard Cribbins.
Welcome to Get Shirty, the podcast that likes to look at the little things in life which never fail to irritate. Each episode, we ask our special guest to talk about what gets them shirty at home, work, and going out. Then, our off-the-cuff surprise question could take the chat anywhere. Each guest also designs their own made-to-measure shirt, which we then make. So we talk about that too. Funny that, us being tailors. It's Get Shirty time once again, and it's another first for the podcast, our very first returning guest, who also happened to be our very first guest. That's actor Nigel Betts, returning to chat again in our very first second measure episode. Natty title, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, as Nigel has been on before, we could hardly expect him to get shirty about all the same things again. So he will also be the first guest to tell us all the things shirty about the 3 ages of life, or our version of it: childhood, the teenage years, and being a grown-up. It's our chance to get to know our returning guest that little bit better and see what has got them shirty over the years. Of course, the Hattie Cuff off the cuff section will be making an appearance, and if you're a subscriber to our Patreon page, you will also hear just how Nigel got collared back in the day. So here we go, 1 guest, 2 mics, 3 tailors, and a host of shirties through the ages. Let's get shirty. Welcome back, Nigel.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You are the first of our returning series, I would say, because hopefully we'll find some other people who'll agree to come back who we didn't traumatise too much the first time.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, so you are officially the first second measure.
Right.
That's what this is called now.
Second.
The first second, yeah. That's right, rather than the second first. First, second, and we're going to do things a little differently. But first off, how have you been?
I've been very well, thank you. Yeah, ticking along. Your shirt has got a lot of wear out of it, which is why it's quite nice to come back and get a second.
Exactly, yeah. If you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the
absolutely
for the
not. I need a replacement shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we your free shirt provider?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, there's lots of coverage on various YouTube channels of your shirt. We'll be in future.
Exactly.
And the first nights, I always went to first nights.
Oh, perfect. That's what we like. No, we'll always happily give shirts to our friends. Well, not necessarily
giving
happily.
away stuff now.
Well, no, only to people on the podcast.
Hi, I'll have a free
I
shirt.
know what you did with your chair. What are you doing?
Tighten his nuts.
I am tightening my nuts. Yeah. Every time I leant back, it's not quite tight enough, so it was clicking. So I was a bit worried.
The chair.
The chair.
Yeah.
Not his nuts.
You make this very highbrow.
Yeah. Welcome back to Sam.
Yeah.
Is there an after 9 o'clock version of the podcast?
It should be. Yeah. What would we call that? I don't know.
Night shirt.
See, that's we should call it that. The late night sweary Sam version, where you host and you just talk inappropriately to people, and we call it night shirts. Yeah, that's good.
Luckily, there's no watershed on the internet.
No.
That's
You
true.
don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, that's
Unless
true.
you're thinking of going on the BBC.
No, but we could go we could just say this is our X-rated.
Yes.
one.
Shouldn't be listened to people of a certain age.
Yeah, exactly.
Get shirties of naughtiness.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. Your eyebrows went up and everything.
I did.
So, and the world's, since we saw you last, Nigel, the world's sort of gone mad.
It's gone mad, hasn't it? It's gone crazy.
Yeah, except for our little
Oasis of sanity.
Yeah, that's the word I was reaching for, where I was coming up with pool.
Pool's good,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would do. And you've been doing bits and pieces since we saw you last.
Yeah, a real mix. Been doing lots of strange voices for games and various other things. Doing a bit of filming.
Have you had a favourite voice that you've had to do?
I quite enjoyed being a dragon for a few months. That was interesting. a Japanese dragon. Initially, also one of the characters was a samurai, and we had to be quite careful in these times that it didn't get become inappropriate samurai warrior limitations.
Yeah.
But the dragon was easier because dragons can be from anywhere.
That's true.
So that was good, and then a bit of stage work in the Alcola.
Very, very successful play.
Yes, and I think I just hit the mic with my finger. It was really well received actually. It was an interesting.
Was it a two-hander?
Three-hander.
Oh, right.
But it often felt like a two-hander. And because it was like tag, I was the unfortunate person that was on stage all the time. So somebody would come on and start talking to me, then they would leave and somebody else would come on.
Right.
So they did a tag team, and I just had to sit there and remember the
everything
2 hours.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was a very interesting new piece.
Oh, so the play was good. Play and being a dragon, and it sounds like you've had sort of a nice mix of stuff.
Yeah, a real diversity of things, to be honest. Yeah, it's been quite interesting, and also doing something that I haven't done for years, but sort of rekindle an interest in, which is doing corporate training, going into businesses and teaching them how to listen to each other and be nice.
Right.
I think we should book him.
Yeah, that's not. Well, we could turn the podcast into a session now, couldn't we?
Well, John Cleese used to do a lot of those.
He kind of was the beginning of it all. Yeah, he really sort of instigated that whole thing. But it's become a massive industry in terms of just approaching business from a different direction and about human interaction. Because the main variant in any business are the people. Any business has its sort of technical runs. You're making a suit, but the interaction between the suit maker and the buyer, that's the front end, and it's all of those conversations. It's all making selling easier, conflict resolution, all kinds of things.
I suppose as we move into the future, there's a whole sort of group of people who are coming into the workplace who were perhaps some of their formative years were during COVID. And also technology has changed that social interaction, like getting somebody under the age of 20 to pick up the phone rather than just text you is a very different thing, isn't
Absolutely.
it? So there's probably some skills which are lacking, which could...
Basic human interaction is just the ability to have a conversation and to listen and to be aware of where you're coming from in terms of what your biases are, and just trying to remember that everybody comes into a room with a life, and we need to have a bit more empathy, I think.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. That sounds really interesting. So you go into, is it larger corporations or?
It really varies. We've done training for people that lay tarmac, and also boiler systems to high-end sort of orange big banks, Swiss Bank, Deutsche Bank. So literally the full spectrum of the workspace, and mainly live, I suppose, is what I've been doing. But I've also done a couple of meetings where you're doing training via Zoom or meetings. That can be quite strange because that can be 8 people, all in different parts of the world.
All wearing their pajamas.
All wearing their pajamas.
The bottom half down.
Well, except for one man who I realised halfway through the training was actually on a train from Paris to Geneva, and was actually doing the course while he was on the train.
Really?
With his headphones, live on Zoom. Obviously, he'd changed the background, but he was on the train.
Was it him sort of wiggling about like that as the train was?
It was the sudden appearance of coffee and biscuits. Yeah.
Wow.
But he's obviously a very confident man, happy to talk about business on a train to Geneva.
Second measure, here we go.
Yes.
So because you are returning, we didn't want to sort of make you sort of go down the same Get Shirty route that you went down before. So we're going to change things up. So it's not work, rest and play like it was before. we're looking at, as we discussed before we started recording, perhaps the ages of man or the ages of person. Yeah, however you'd say it. So we're looking for the Get Shirties of being a kid or being younger, the sort of adolescence or the teenage years, and then a Get Shirty about being a grown-up, which, you know, I suppose any aspect of being a grown-up, so that could go down. So it's sort of historical. Well, not, you know, that made you sound very aged.
We're getting there.
It's historical, sir.
The if I can remember that far back.
Yeah. So let's kick things off with what used to get you shirty about being a kid.
Being a kid, and this is quite some time ago.
Yeah. It's only a couple of years.
Mentally, definitely.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard because I think I had a relatively blessed childhood in many respects. I was well loved and well looked after.
Yeah.
I didn't have a mother. Obviously, originally I had one.
Yeah.
But I lost. I always say, people say losing. You don't lose them. Sadly, they die.
Yeah.
They don't disappear. When I was about 7.
Okay.
And so I think that if it's not really getting shirty, that kind of did get in the way of parties, kids' parties, and you know.
Sure. Well, it sort of changes the course of what would have been considered a sort of normal childhood.
Yes. Well,
that is,
sadly, less so now. I talk to my daughter and about being a one-parent family, and she says 90% of Confederates come from that background. But at that time, and because it was a result of death rather than divorce, yes, it was quite an unusual thing. It had a split. It was a bit split personality because in one respect it made you different, and it was always bad to be different when you're young. You want to be part of the crowd, but also it made you slightly unique and it gave
you an interest.
Yeah, and a little level of spoiling from aunts and big sisters. So I got away with probably an awful lot more than I would have done if I had a mother.
So it gave
to
you
pull me in and go.
Yeah. So it gave you a sort of level of freedom that you wouldn't have had.
Yeah, in many respects. Yeah. Just on the edge of brattiness, but just pulling back.
Yeah, which you've brought forward to your acting.
Yes, you know.
The tales of you in changing rooms and on sets.
Doors slamming. Demands.
Yeah.
It was interesting in that it does formulate you in a slightly different way. You do get very self-contained. I think. But I think also what I can remember is injustice. Again, I think I even mentioned this the first time around. Yeah. So it must have been very deep-rooted, perhaps from them. I was obviously started at that point where sort of certainly being told off for things I hadn't done was kind of a red rag to a bull. Even at that early age, I used to really hate. Yeah. And I suppose in one respect, good that it wasn't just me, but whenever I saw it in other people, or mates getting done for things they hadn't actually done, I used to get very hot under the collar and shout and stamp.
Right. So you'd sort of stand up to the injustice.
Yes, and it did manifest in a slightly strange way once, in that I found Sunday school tricky, because I used to go to Sunday school with the nuns, and I brought up one particular Sunday that I felt it rather unfair that Judas got a bad rap for the Jesus thing.
The Jesus thing,
I thought, if God is all seeing and knowing, then he knew what Judas was going to do, and that if Judas hadn't done it, then Jesus wouldn't have died and then come back to save us all. So actually, he was basically doing us all a favour. And he was
no Jesus.
Exactly, and he was getting a bad rap. So I did bring this up with the nuns, and strangely, it didn't go down awfully well.
Really? That is strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think they would have embraced that
new
Theology.
theological idea. But no, apparently that I was missing the point,
Right.
and I couldn't see why that he shouldn't actually be sitting on one of God's hands, if not the left or the right, at the end, because he'd done a big service for us all.
Yeah.
Doing his job.
He
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Have you thought about teaming up with James as like some sort of justice duo?
I think that might be an idea for the future.
We'll make the suits.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Righting all the wrongs.
That's it. We both need a cape.
Yeah. Yeah, we can sort that.
That's excellent.
We can sort
Obviously, mine would have to be a tweed cape, but
Yeah.
I don't know what James would go for. Lycra,
Well,
probably.
Yeah, we'll see. Then we could make you sort of a nice Inverness cape.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Find a nice tweed.
So more like sort of Holmes and Watson
Yeah.
fighting
Yeah.
injustice.
And
Yes.
Being that you've already put first dibs in on the cape, that makes you Holmes.
Of course.
Yeah, so-
But he has got a very good moustache, so he would be a perfect Watson, to be fair.
Yeah, he would. He has got a good touch,
Yeah.
actually. He has. Well, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
We could send you up and down the country.
I think you
righting wrongs.
might have created a beast there. I think when James hears this, there'll be no stopping him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The bin men will be quivering, won't they?
Well,
That's. He did. Yeah, he didn't like the bin man, did he?
what was it specific about Binman that he didn't
He
like?
did something. Didn't do something.
Yeah, well, because he
chased them up the road.
Yeah, and then he sort
on
of.
behalf of his neighbour.
Yeah, and he said he had a moment after shouting and chasing them that he went, "What have I become?" kind of thing. What have I done? Who have I turned into? But yeah, in fact, bins have come up a few times. Who went out litter picking? Mark Morris.
Or is this non-collection, or is it just when they no longer actually, when they knock things over, they don't pick them up anymore?
Well,
Do they just leave them in the
that
road?
was Mark. Mark didn't like that, and he went out. He bought himself a high. So he's the singer of the Blue Tones,
Right.
and he bought himself a high-vis jacket so that he could go out at night when everybody was in bed, but not look weird, and pick up the rubbish that he was actually just litter picking down his road, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't remember what the James thing was. It was something to do with the collection, and they'd not collected their bin or thrown.
He was sticking up for his neighbour.
He was sticking up for his neighbour. Yeah.
He is. I have to say that's probably one of our big connections. He's a wrangler against injustice, as am I. But actually, I do think he's probably a little bit more vocal. I can see the red coming above his collar quicker than I tend to be as a calmer approach. But
well, so yeah, the Holmes and Watson of it's like
I'm sure we could get Barry Aird in there as well. That's going to be a whole team of.
well, he's more like the bruiser, isn't he? He's the Bow Street runner. He's the enforcer.
you two go in first.
We'll work it out and we'll send him off to sort it out.
Yeah. Exactly. I quite like that. It's like a new watchdog. If anybody's commissioning programs,
Absolutely.
yeah, we're there. I can see us.
I love how you just put us in there. So
Yeah. Well, we look
We
costume
can narrate
designer,
it.
if nothing else.
Well,
costume
actually, I think it's not less of a watchdog, more of a new crime program, but dealing with injustice rather than actual crimes.
Yeah, that's it. Well, a new movement. Let's push it one.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
really let's be ambitious about it.
Getting away from AI and back to people.
Exactly. That's good. Well, so we can probably just start on that now.
Yeah.
Let's turn this into the first meeting. But yeah, injustice, and I think especially when you're young, like that, because you feel quite powerless actually when you're young. You know, all you can do is sort of use your voice if you feel brave enough. I never did when I was a kid, but so that sense of injustice comes quite quickly. You know, like if your siblings do something or somebody at school does something and you get the blame, or the teacher won't listen to you or something like that. It's, they are, I suppose, when you're in those early years, they are the biggest injustice that you'll face, probably, proportionately to getting older.
That whole aspect of punishing everybody for one person's misdemeanour and that as a teaching tool never really sat comfortable with me.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? You're all going to miss your break time unless somebody owns up to it. Well, what? Yeah, and that comes to the point where you sort of think, well, I'll take the blame for, for everybody, so everybody else can go out, and even though it wasn't me, I suppose. Did you ever do that?
No, who'd do that?
Just
you.
me.
Just you. I mean, great,
Taking it.
lovely. I mean,
Yeah.
your mates must have loved you, but
Yeah.
bit weird.
Well, look, welcome to my world. Yeah. Yeah, so, but no, that's all right. So yeah, Injustice. I'm with you on that. That's a fairly good one. I can think of lots of things.
And a flip side as well, because I probably I do remember getting banned from Scouts on my induction day.
Right. So on the very first day.
Yeah. We played. There's a lot of getting to know you and playing sport, and we were playing football, and a kid tackled me rather hardly, and rather than just being British, getting up, smiling and running it off, I turned around and might have hit him.
Right.
Which, again, at that younger age, it wasn't the thing to do. Certainly not in the Scouts.
No.
And so I was asked to perhaps not come back.
Right. And you never went back?
I know, I didn't.
It was a very short
very
career.
Short,
so was that
sharp
Scouts or
shock.
Cubs?
That actually, you're right. I think it was. I came to Cubs very late, so maybe that was the problem. It would have been literally. I've only got probably about 1 year of Cubs, so I was on the cusp. But
and especially if they'd been going a while and it was a sort of tight knit thing, you've got to make yourself known somehow, haven't you?
But perhaps not in that way.
No, maybe not. but who all these years later on a podcast, it served you well.
Absolutely, and whoever you were, I am sorry.
Yeah.
And I've just thought the title for the new crime show featured.
Good, go for it.
Tailored Justice.
Oh, I see what you did there. Very good.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, that's good. That is good.
Yeah.
Tailored Justice. Well, perhaps.
That's all I've been thinking about. Have you been saying for a long time?
I'm drivel. It works quite well because if James and I appear basically as we're working in your tailor shop, and in our tea breaks or lunch times we go off and solve crimes around Tunbridge.
We could have like a pinstripe old school telephone. Pinstripe it up.
Nice.
When that jangles.
Jingle jangles. Yeah.
There's you get the call. We've heard of a scout who's just been punched in the face by an actor from the past.
A little old lady has not had her bins taken away.
Yeah.
And then you have the change room like Mr. Ben that goes into wherever the
Yes.
Oh, we're bringing all things together, aren't we? Bowler hat's been Mr. Ben. It would be perfect.
Yeah, that would be good. All right, nice. Okay, that's good. So let's write this down. No, actually, you're recording it. Yeah, that's good. That's the early. That's the young Nigel.
The young.
What about the rabble-rousing teenage Nigel? What are the Get Shirties there? Is there something that was consistently Get Shirty for you, or can you think of a particular instance?
Again, it's tricky because because I was an only child and it was just me and my dad, I didn't have, as we were saying earlier, I was self-contained. I didn't have anything to rebel against.
No.
So, I wasn't a case of, well, I'll do this to rebel, because I was kind of like, I was a latchkey kid. I had my key. I came and went as I pleased,
Nice.
So it was kind of, there was nothing to, that's what I was angry about. I didn't have anything to rebel against.
Yeah. Which is actually can be, you sort of need that as a teenager.
Yeah, I left it till later in life to do that, but as a teen.
This is very specific.
Okay.
I used to like a particular packet ham.
Right.
And because it was my after-school snack.
Right.
So if that wasn't in the fridge when I got home from school, I would get that sort of teenage happy about it.
Yeah,
that's well specific.
I wouldn't say I can relate to that, but I can understand it. Yes.
It was the thing. I'd get him from school, roll up a slice of ham.
Yeah.
Sort of eat that. So if Mum hadn't got the ham in, I'd get a bit
shirty.
Shirty.
Yeah.
Low level shirty.
No, obviously. But yeah. And what else would you like to do?
Don't get me started.
Come on,
honestly.
Share with the group.
What would you substitute it with if you didn't have your ham?
Well, this may surprise. This won't surprise you two.
No.
I am a creature of habit through necessity. I think is how my brain works. So it was a pack of ready salted crisps with a slice of ham, and then a pack of ready salted crisps with a dairy milk bar.
Right.
And a chunk of dairy milk, some crisps, chunk of dairy milk.
Oh yeah, I get that.
But the first pack of crisps
salty chocolate
went with the slice of ham. So if I didn't have something like that. So if there's one element of that missing, it sort of threw my snack routine out.
That would annoy you.
Yeah, it did annoy me.
I did move into the beginnings of my strange culinary journey. I used to make bacon and strawberry jam sandwiches.
Oof.
Which you see, that's a positive response. Usually people look at me as if I've just killed a small child when I say that.
Sweet savoury.
Sweet and savoury. Salty, yeah. Because now, because in Five Guys, you can order a milkshake with bacon bits in it.
Right. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
I went all because last night I watched a baking thing and they made cupcakes, vanilla cupcakes with a strawberry gooey middle, with a bacon and icing
You're ahead of the game.
Oh yeah, at the tender age. Yeah, that's it. You see.
Sounds lovely.
yeah. So what made you go? Yeah, I'm doing that. Can you remember the first time you did it?
I think it was just because I was alone. There was nobody there. There was nobody there to stop me.
Yeah.
It was me in the fridge, a frying pan.
I don't want to know, Stu, I don't want to know what you did when you were at home.
Now you've gone into the nightshirt bit of Get Shirty.
Have a nightshirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That wasn't me. Did you miss that earlier?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Miss
I don't
that.
miss it.
I'm trying to think that puns.
Yeah.
Time to listen.
So you were alone. And
I was alone. I thought, I
bacon and
wonder
jam.
what if, and that's where my life started. There's been a whole stream of, what if I do that? Sometimes it gets you into good places. Sometimes not so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting.
I think in your line of work, I think a what if question is one of the best questions you can ask yourself.
The only question.
Yeah,
it's
same with writers. What if?
The most important question you can ask yourself.
Yeah. What if? And so look. Any other what if sandwiches that got thrown into the mix?
I was a bit late coming to the peanut butter and cucumber. I was a bit late to that one.
I've still not got there.
Oh, well,
It does sound nice.
Yeah.
Again, you get that sort of freshness,
crunch and then a bit cold, and
Yeah,
My
nice.
friend used to have triple decker tomato ketchup sandwiches.
Yeah, tomato ketchup sandwiches are lush.
Bread, tomato ketchup bread.
Yeah, that is too much.
well,
Golden syrup sandwiches.
well, but my aunt used to just, because of the post-war, used to give us sugar sandwiches.
Yeah.
That was kind of.
Okay, my children sugar. That's a
They're
treat.
nice. Look, you can't go. So here's one of my what ifs: is Jacob's cracker buttered with OXO cubes sprinkled on the top.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Your face said, "Ooh," and the words were like, "No, yeah, try it."
Yeah,
It's
okay.
nice.
Well, yeah.
Not lots on the top. It's got to be OXO, not gravy granules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's
So,
very
like,
specific.
yeah, OXO, sort of like a little corner of an OXO cube on top.
Right.
It's nice.
So like dried. It's like a dried meat sandwich.
Yeah, but on a cracker. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
on a
nice.
cracker.
On
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nice.
No, it's savoury.
Like OXO drink.
Yeah, no.
OXO with a squirt of ketchup.
Bit of
in it.
Bovril. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
Yeah, because then it's beef and tomato, isn't it?
It's like bone broth. Bone broth, which is there's all kinds of wrong, but actually, it's really good for you.
Yeah.
If you can get past the taste, because the taste's all right. It's the smell, but it's that link. Don't sniff it before you drink it. Like so many things.
So many things in life.
Yeah.
That really does apply, doesn't it? Yeah.
Is that one of your golden rules?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in his book.
Yeah.
It's in the book.
It's all in the book.
Don't sniff it before you drink it. That should go in our book, though, for sure.
Yeah.
We do have a book here.
Oh, right.
So if any one of us says something which is slightly inappropriate, just plain weird,
Very inappropriate.
or very inappropriate, it's deemed, once it reaches a certain level, and it's like, oh, that has to go in the book, so we don't
Book-worthy.
forget it. Yeah.
But you could be that first non-employee, non-worker.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
book.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
an
yeah.
honour.
First outsider in the book.
An honour.
Yeah.
Well, you should be on
I doubled down on that, Stu. That's good. So where were we with the teenagers? So actually, your Get Shirty was not really having anything to get shirty about.
Yeah, it was
an anti-Get
I was
Shirty.
an anti-Get Shirty. I didn't really have anything to get cross
rail
about
against.
until later in life.
Yeah. Well, look, you can join me with the lack of ham in the fridge.
Yeah, thank
if
you.
you like. But yeah, mine were food related, I think, when I was a teenager.
Injustice with Nuns, but that was about it, really.
Yeah. Which, that sounds like a really good film.
Yes.
I think I'd like to watch that. Injustice with Nuns.
I didn't have a key. That used to annoy me.
Oh, right, you weren't allowed a key.
I wasn't allowed a key.
Yeah.
But my parents weren't in. They would work. Just to get home from school. And the time it really annoyed me was I got home to watch McEnroe.
Oh,
Borg.
Connors.
I was either McEnroe, Borg.
It might have been
I think McEnroe Borg, possibly. The one that he won. I can't remember. Really wanted to see. So they had the radio on, so I had to listen to it through the letterbox.
Oh.
Outside the house. Watch it.
So that's almost child abuse, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Didn't break in or kick the door
They
in.
used to get me shut. Them not allowing me to have a key, not trusting me to have a key.
Yeah, that's fair.
Until I was 21.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So you're 21.
So they really, really didn't trust you.
Yeah. Or you may well have just been a horrible Herbert.
That's just what I said, when you're 21, you get the key to the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it at 11.
Yeah. I wasn't quite 11. Maybe a little bit older.
Web Whiskers. Web Whiskers. She knows all the facts. And she's a bit rude.
Web Whiskers here. During the podcast, Stu 2 couldn't remember which Wimbledon final he wanted to watch at home. He worked out that it was the 1981 men's final between John McEnroe and Bjorn Borg, which was played on the 4th of July. McEnroe won 4 sets with the final score 4-6, 7-6, 7-6, 7-4 and 6-4. Borg had been undefeated at Wimbledon for 41 matches and he was 5-time defending champion.
Web Whiskers. Web Whiskers. She knows all the facts. And she's a bit rude.
The following is an announcement on behalf of a certain tailors based in Tunbridge Wells. Have you visited Hardman and Hemming online lately? No? Well, you should. They have a new sparkly website which tells you all about what they do and how they do it. There are examples of their work, blogs on how to look after suits, details of the services they offer, and not to mention all of the Get Shirty podcasts with additional pictures. But best of all, you can find details of the H&H Shirt Club, the shirt subscription service where a tailored shirt of your design will be delivered to your door as often as you choose. You even get one shirt free once you sign up. Not to be missed, so do pop along and go to hardmanandhemming.co.uk and sign up today. And remember, the first rule of Shirt Club is tell everyone about Shirt Club. That concludes our public announcement. Let's move into adulthood then.
Yeah.
And now these Get Shirties, I suppose, they could be anything. They could cross over with the Get Shirties that you had before.
Yeah.
We still talk about the dishwasher. I think about you actually most times I load a dishwasher.
Thank you.
That's all right. It's all right. It's a nice image to have.
Yeah, still to this day. In fact, even last night, only last night, there was a reworking of my dishwasher filling. Moments after I'd filled it.
Really good. Well, it's nice to see some consistency.
Certain things will never change.
Yeah, I realised the other day when I reorganise, I tell myself I'm reorganising other people's dishwasher loading because I'll be able to get more in because they haven't done it efficiently enough. I think that's what I'm telling myself. But I've come to realise that actually I'm just putting it in an order I like because I don't tend to get any more in. So adult Get Shirty.
Yeah.
Sorry, I derailed it a little bit talking about dishwashers, but
No, well, that was definitely still there.
yeah. So what's new in your adult life that you get shirty about?
It keeps flipping back to that, the injustices. People that don't do their jobs properly.
Right.
People that sort of don't do what it says on the tin. You go, well, you've got a job to do, and it's not that difficult, so just do it. It sounds random, but today my wife was on the phone to a doctor who's rather you don't see them anymore. You have to have phone calls with them, and the doctor the last time hadn't phoned at the time she said she was going to phone.
Okay.
And then sent an angry letter saying you weren't available when I phoned you.
Oh, really?
And that just got me a bit cross, because you think, well, A, it means that you don't think anybody else has got any form of life outside of you, A. And B, all you need to do is text somebody and say, I'm going to be really busy, I'm going to do it an hour later, or I'm really sorry, things have changed, because I'm very busy, because it's the NHS and we're all very busy.
Yeah.
It's just about communication.
Yeah.
And so I get really cross when people just don't do the simple things that make jobs a lot easier and a lot more beneficial for everybody involved.
Yeah, that's fair.
They don't like it the other way around. If you're late for your appointment...
My wife did point out, it said if I'd been an hour late for my appointment, I wouldn't have got my appointment, would I? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's those injustices, it's those bits where people either don't do their job properly or just don't think of the impact, and therefore do a very simple thing which isn't rocket science, which is just communicate the problem beforehand, especially in a world where we have mobile phones and every possible way of back in the day when you had to walk down the street to the local phone to arrange something, and then arrange the night before that you were going to be there to make the phone call. But now,
Is it the communication, or is it because there are certain people out there that don't feel they need to communicate? Don't feel it's...
I think people have got, dare I say, they've got very selfish and very... Their time is more important than anybody else's. It's my massive hatred of anybody that's late. I must have said this last time. I think lateness is a cardinal sin, because it basically says my time is more important than your time, so it doesn't matter if I'm late, and it shows a massive disrespect. So that's when I get that's when my shirty gets.
And the doctor thing is, as you say, I can be late for you, it doesn't matter, but you can't be late for me. It does matter then. Again, it's her, the doctor's time is more important than anybody else.
Train stations, when there's a cancellation and they just don't say why there's a cancellation, or that the train's not coming, and they just don't tell you why it's not coming. It's just those little bits of communication that would make everybody go angry, but understandable. Therefore, I can carry on with my day rather than just being left.
It's the not knowing with these things, isn't it? Poor communication is infuriating. And 9 times out of 10, what we imagine is worse than the thing that's not being communicated. Like if the train's going to be 10 minutes late, but they haven't told you it's going to be 10 minutes late, you think, well, I'm going to be here all day and I'm definitely going to miss that thing. You sort of project everything forward, don't you?
And you don't know, you can't make an informed decision. You can't go, oh well, I'll go and have a coffee. Or I know that there's going to be one in 10 minutes time, so I'll get that one. Or I'll be able to phone ahead and say, I'm going to be late. I'm going to tell you the meeting I'm going to that I'm going to be late, and inform you, so you're not waiting around for me.
No, that's good. I mean, notoriously, I'm not a great timekeeper, I have to say. So look, I'll full disclosure, timekeeping's not my forte.
Are you good at communicating that fact?
No.
Oh dear. Well, we're going to have some lessons, aren't we?
We will do.
Because what you remember, as we get older, our time is less. So it's why I'm getting more shirty about it. Is that I haven't got that much time left. I can't afford to have it wasted.
Proportionately, of what we've got left, that's true. But however, I was early to pick you up today.
You were.
I was there waiting,
and literally as we crossed the road, the bacon sandwiches were going through the door. So today's timings were
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah, so I could have kept my mouth shut and made it look like that's normal service.
You could. It was good to admit those.
Yeah, well, that's why it's good that I've said this on this podcast before. That's why it's good that people come to us here rather than me go out to other people, because I'm ready for them when they come here. Rather than relying on coming here. Yeah. But we've had a real spate lately, haven't we, of people being early for their appointments.
Oh yeah, like 3/4 of an hour early.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really early.
Which is just as bad.
It can be, although for my industry, we were always told right from the top, and I've always kept it as part of my life for everything now, is on time is late.
Yeah. I agree. But if I'm super early somewhere, I'll just hang around. I then arrive at 5:02 or whatever.
Absolutely. I'd rather get somewhere early and go and have a coffee or read a book than be rushing. That's the other thing. I don't think you're ever at your best if you've just rushed in through the door. For any job you do, it's better to have had a bit of time to just breathe a bit.
Yeah. I have a theory about driving. I think a lot of driving rage and driving problems are caused by people being late on the road. Because I think they think, well, I can get there quick, I can drive faster to get there on time. Yeah. And I think that causes a lot of problems.
Give yourself more time. I always think it's funny when you're sort of saying to somebody, and I'm not going to say this is a generalisation, but when you're discussing it with people that you're perhaps in a relationship with, that you're going to be somewhere, we can go at this time, and you go, yes, but so the train's at 9 o'clock. I said, yeah, but we have to get to the train, and it's not just getting to the station, we have to get from the door to the platform, and then onto the train. So we can't get to the station at 9 o'clock because that's when the train arrives.
Yeah.
And the entire journey. Well, it gets in at 5 past, and then but then you've got to get off the train and walk to the other platform to get on the other train. That's just one thing. I always allow if I'm allowed to say this, I always allow fuck up time along the journey because.
You have time to do that.
And be early.
Yeah.
Let's look. There's lots of routes we could take that. Let's not. So you've got to have fuck up time.
Yeah.
But I live in that time.
Right.
That's I can't remember on what podcast it was. There was somebody talking about it who's similarly wired in the way that I am, and they talk about it's like. Magic. Who was that? Harry Potter time. They called it something like that. Was it Alex Beard? I can't remember. But basically, there's time. You always think you've always got time to do something, and then it suddenly disappears, and then you're surprised. So you think, well, next time I'll allow more time to do that. But the next time you still think you can do the same thing in the small amount of time, and there's this sort of magical view of time that it will expand and
in order to fulfill
what you need it to do, rather than planning around it. So it's quite a typical sort of ADHD sort of thing, that lack of time management. So
as somebody was saying, it's a really good, not a trick, but a good way of dealing with ADHD people in terms of wanting to leave the house is you never say you've got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You say you have 180 seconds.
That's it, yeah.
And they can go, I've only got 180 seconds, we better get ready to go. If you say 3 minutes, they'll say, oh, I've got time to put the wash on.
Yeah. 3 minutes sounds like a quarter of an hour.
Yeah.
But, go now.
Yeah, but 180 seconds is like seconds are small bits of time. So
yeah, that's it. Exactly that. Yeah. Well, so look, we sort of brushed on injustice quite a bit, and this, I think that brings us nicely on to our Patreon question, actually.
Oh, right.
So if you're not a Patreon subscriber, we have subscribers now.
Excellent.
Or certainly the ability to have subscribers. And so that we have a Patreon question.
Oh.
Which is just for the Patreon listeners.
Right.
So now's your point to go and subscribe.
Otherwise you won't hear.
Otherwise you won't hear.
How do they do that?
How do they do that? Well, I think they go to our Patreon page or our website. They can access it through our website.
Do you have a link on your website?
There will be a link on the website.
Excellent.
There'll be a link on the website, and also I think if you just went into Google and put in Get Shirty podcast Patreon page, it would come up like that too. Yeah.
And would you maybe at some point put a link on your podcast?
On Spotify, all the links will be available as they are for all the other aspects of the podcast, such as Dat Hazard, who's a DJ and music producer who does all of our wonderful tunes.
Perfect.
In fact, on the Patreon page, if you're one of our subscribers, you can get to all of the other tunes that they've done.
Oh wow!
All the music that's used on the podcast.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, excellent. Oh, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Wonderfully done. But so now's the point where if you're a Patreon person, you're listening to us, and those other people can't hear us.
Right.
Now they've gone.
They've
disappeared.
Yeah.
So here comes the Patreon question.
Here we go.
Keeping the shirt pun going, collared. So this is about possibly injustice, or maybe not. So we are looking for a time in your life where you were either collared for something and you should have been, or you didn't get away with it, or maybe you were collared for something that wasn't your fault. Right. It doesn't have to be from an illegal point of view, or it doesn't, it's just one of those times in life where you've got the rap for something or not when you should have done.
Or you got away with something.
Yeah.
That you should have been collared for.
Yeah. Well.
Well, there we all were, just having a jolly chat, and someone went and activated the Patreon question right into the proceedings, which of course you won't be hearing unless you are listening via our Patreon page. You can of course just nip over there if you want to and join the fun, but if not, you can content yourself with the fact that the Patreon members aren't hearing this bit. So in a way, you have all got something special. Let's get back to it. Well, perfect Patreon question, and now we can welcome everybody else back. Now,
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. For them, they've missed.
That
was a good one, wasn't it?
It was a corker. It really was a corker. And,
if only there was a way they could hear that.
If only there was a way that they could hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's up to them, Stu.
Yeah.
They have the power.
They just have to press that button.
They do. Right. Look, here we go.
Oh. The bowler hat of sin.
The bowler hat of sin. Look, so here we go. When you were first on, we didn't do this.
No.
And then because we wanted to add a sort of an off-the-cuff question where the person didn't have any, idea about what they were going to talk about.
I really do.
Yeah. And you've done exceptionally well, so we don't need to do it. So we said off the cuff. That's great. But how do we get the person to pick so in this hat are lots of little suggestions of things that you may get shirty about.
Right.
So pick the thing out of the hat, have a little look, or use your eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm drawing this out too far.
No.
Anyway,
I think you're helping the older audience understand what's going on. I think.
Yeah. So read the thing.
Yeah.
What about that gets you shirty?
Right.
Off the cuff.
Right.
You've got to think about it on the spot.
Okay.
And we didn't know how to sort of deliver that, so we said, I'll write them all down. We'll put them in a bowler hat. Now, it's been suggested by numerous guests of different ways in which we could have done that. One of them was pin them to a cuff and the person could pull one off.
Yeah.
It would make sense. And we said, no, they've gone in a hat. They're going to stay in a hat.
Yeah.
So now this is it's been called many things. We seem to be settling on hattie cuff. It's the hattie cuff of off the cuffness.
I love a bowler hat, and that's a beautiful version of one.
It's a Christie's bowler hat, and it used to belong to Katrina before we got it.
Of course it did.
Yeah, it's Katrina's
hat. And I'm picking out the first one, and the first one, ladies and gentlemen, tonight will be, how on earth did I manage to pick this? Getting old.
Well, you're not old, so you've got to think about.
No, I've just really sort of
use your actor's imagination.
Yeah. What if?
What if
I was getting old?
What if you were getting old?
What if? Well, there are so many things. Many things. One of the things I was talking to the other day, funnily enough, with a friend of mine is, of course, in your head, you don't ever get old. So in your head, you spring out of that chair, and mentally you do. It's just your body doesn't follow.
Has to play catch up.
It has, and it also has to make noises to do so. You have to make a noise to get up, and to, and suddenly there's your knees don't work quite the way, and there's a pain where you think, why is there a pain there? And interestingly enough, again, this is my return. Last time I didn't have glasses. Now I have a pair of glasses. Yeah. So my 2020 pilot vision again is going, and I'm now.
They're nice glasses.
Thank you.
Are nice glasses.
Thank you very much.
They do suit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm now juggling some varifocals, which again is it's your body letting you down, and I think that's what is perhaps the most annoying thing about getting old is the spirit's willing, but the body is weak.
Yeah. Yeah, and we talk about, me and you, all of us actually talk about knees quite a lot. Well, me and Sam do.
Yeah.
My knees are grumbling all the time. And
I've discovered I've got slightly hypermobile knees.
Does that mean they really move around a lot?
They go the wrong way.
Oh,
Easily.
Wow, okay.
Super bendy.
Super bad, which is good and bad because you get older, they get jointy and they get painful. And
I heard a quote, which is one I use a lot, which sums up what you said. I wish I knew who said it, but I heard it on the telly. And it was that my mind cannot conceive of how old my body is.
There you go. Yes, that is absolutely 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. There are plus sides of getting old, I think, and they're quite easy to overlook, because the body isn't as willing as it was, because that constant, of course, when you're young, an ache and a pain comes and goes. It's because you've done some sport and you've pulled a muscle or something, rather than you're living with the grumble.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You tend to, once the glasses go on, the glasses have to stay on.
Yeah, you're learning to live with the grumble.
Learning to live with the grumble.
Yeah.
Which, again, wise, put that in the book as well. Learning how to live with your grumbles.
Grumbles.
Yeah. And they sort of sneak up on you, don't they? Yeah. That when I was younger and I saw people do that getting out of a chair noise, I thought, I'm never going to make that noise. But you do.
You do.
You don't realise it half the time.
It's subconscious.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Getting offered seats on buses and tubes has a very strange reaction. There's a part of you that thanks them, and there's part of you that wants to say, "What do you mean?
Yeah.
Why do you want me to sit down?"
Yeah. Why? Yeah. Exactly that. Yeah, there's that sort of grateful ingratitude.
Yes.
Yeah, something. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to sit down.
I don't know why I want to sit down, and I don't know why you're asking me to sit down, but I am going to sit down.
Yeah. But obviously, on your face is the look of I really would like to sit down.
Yeah.
I know. And there's the reverse of that, when someone who is more deserving of the seat that you're in comes along and you think, I really don't want to stand up, but this person really should sit down Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Although small children, when I was growing up, if you were a small child, you always stood up. If anybody was older, if they were 10 years older than you, you stood up. And seemingly now, Wunder parents, if you have a small child, there's almost an expectation that they should have the seat, even above older people, because they're a small child. Well, their bones are really strong, and
and their knees aren't grumbling.
Yeah, and
they don't have grumble.
And if you don't want them to sit down, then you could pick them up and hold them, because they are only small.
Or you stand up.
Yeah, I'll sit them on your knee.
Yeah,
and don't take up two seats.
Yeah, quite right.
Yeah. Oh, there you see, I almost got into a
How old?
shirty.
Yeah.
I've seen what sort of 6, 7, 8.
What about 12-year-old children?
Well, I don't think of them as 12-year-old, but once you get to senior school, for me, they should definitely be able to stand up.
But do you think they should? I'm a little bit against this whole a child should stand up for an adult. I don't see why the adult's more deserving.
Oh, I see what you mean. I think an older adult that maybe.
No, I mean just a normal.
Oh no, just as if a 12-year-old shouldn't stand up for a 20-something, 30-something, 40-something.
If you're an adult,
yeah,
a child should give them out the seat. And we agree That's not what you were saying.
Yeah.
No, it's the level of deservedness of the adult.
Yeah,
You know,
there is
like
a spectrum.
A little old lady who looks infirm on her feet, kids should stand up.
Yeah.
But yeah, another.
So should adults.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So if an adult should stand up, then a kid should stand up. And I think maybe a little kid should vacate a seat for an adult.
Or an adult that has a child that's actually in a pushchair and has taken them out of the pushchair and is sitting them on a seat on the bus. Yeah. So he's obviously able to actually sit on their knee, and there's an adult stood next to them. Maybe if it's a small enough child, that child should be able to sit on their parent's knee.
Yeah, I agree. I've got a. Are you ready for my getting old grumble? Because I feel like I'd like to join in.
So we've got some information on the quote.
Oh, have we?
We think it
Web
was
Whiskers.
Michael Douglas.
Yes.
Right. As in son of Kirk.
Yes.
Right.
My brain cannot conceive of how old my body is.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
I wonder if Catherine agrees with him anyway.
Yeah. I imagine her brain can very much conceive of how old his body is.
Maybe that's why he came up with it.
yeah, probably. They seem to have lasted the test of time.
Absolutely.
I didn't think they did. I don't know what.
First thing in the morning claw I have, which is when you wake up in the morning, you go, oh, my hands don't seem to be working for 30 seconds until I move my fingers, and there's the blood. Yes.
Yeah, there is. Which is very different from a young man's morning.
Very, very different to a young man's morning claw. Yes.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Look, night shirt again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sort of, and one hand more than the other.
Again, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
I'm back on the claw.
Okay.
Back on the not working hands claw.
Yeah.
See, mine's my right hand.
Oh, right, okay. I think it depends. This sounds bizarre. It depends on what side I've slept. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so getting old is great.
Great, isn't it?
For our younger listeners.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
So don't be late because you haven't got much time left.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. You're providing us with many, we'll have to do a nice cut of all Nigel's words of wisdom that we've had today. We've had a lot of catchphrasey
Pamphlet.
Yeah, we could produce a pamphlet. Yeah.
A little book of Nigel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thoughts of Chairman Nigel.
Yeah. Chairman Nigel's words of wisdom. Yeah, that could be a regular thing actually. we could just say, send you a message. You could just
thought for the day.
Yeah, do a little voice note every now and again. Here's Nigel's thought for the day, and we can chuck them in.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Nigel, it's been a real pleasure to have you back on the podcast. The first second measure, and hopefully we'll come up with a really snappy title for the third instalment when you come back again.
It was a pleasure and always will be.
You'll have bionic ears or something.
I will,
in the future. But thanks ever so much.
Thank you.
Could there have been a better way to kick off the new second measures of Get Shirty guests than that wonderful chat with Nigel? It's always a pleasure to chat with him and to find out more about him too. Obviously grateful we aren't either nuns or scouts. Thanks to Nigel for giving up his time again to come and see us, and we can't wait to show you what he's decided for a shirt this time out too. Thanks as always to Stuart, #Stu2Wilson for co-hosting and his editing and production. Thanks also to Sam Whiskers for the co-hosting, see, we said she would do one day, and for the Web Whiskers live fact-checking too. Thanks also to Dat Hazza for the music on this and every episode. I'm your host, Stuart Hardman, so I suppose thanks to me too. And until we meet next time, do try not to get too shirty. Let's get shirty.
I head-butted Bernard Cribbins.
Lovely Barney.
I know, and I grew up loving Bernard Cribbins, but that was what I had to do. That was my part in the piece. I was a heavy that had to give him a bit of a slap, and he was a very, very lovely man.
Let's get shirty.
Mac and run away. Oh, Web Whiskers here. Fucking hold on. Do my windows up. Get me paper sorted out. Web Whiskers here. There was a question. No, there wasn't. There was a something by somebody who wanted to know something. Thank you. Fuck. Bollocks. Twat. I'm going to keep going. Fucking... I said McEnroe last time, didn't I? Fucking prick. Wanker face prick. West. Fuck my life. Web Whiskers, over and out. If you can make anything out of that, then do. If not, then I'll do it at home. Again, I've just pulled up in a car park.